Hi, my name is Valerie Faltas, and I'm the property tax expert. You can find me at propertytaxlady.com. So I'm actually going to explain why I am the property tax expert and why that's kind of one of those terms that most people don't really use. And I use that term for myself for the simple reason that I have quite an array of background that actually kind of all relate back to property taxes. I started handling a family estate over 11 years ago actually, and I did property management. I actually owned and inherited property, and then I did the distribution of all the assets and handled probate and worked with attorneys and had all those kinds of problems and issues to deal with because things weren't handled properly. So I learned a lot then very early on because things were mishandled actually as it came to our property taxes. And then later on I actually started to work for the assessor's office, and I became an assessor. And during that time I bought my first home, and then I bought my second home, and then I bought my third home, and a couple of them I held on to for a little period of time, and others I sold quickly as the market was climbing. And while I was doing that, I was also an assessor, and so I was hearing the other side of the story, getting all the front of the frustrations and hearing all the crazy problems that can go on with all of those, how things get just very tangled up in the government sometimes. And then I also became a licensed residential appraiser, the kind of appraiser you need when you buy a home. And so I got to see all different sides of it, from managing a property, to inheriting a property, to being an assessor, to owning a home, to having an investment property. And I saw so many sides to all the things that we do. And so because of it, I got a very great perspective and understand all sides of it. And so that's one of the reasons I decided to leave the assessor's office, was because I couldn't share with you what I now talk about in the Little Black Book and as a consultant. And so I call myself the expert because there are very few people who have those kinds of backgrounds all mixed in and all meshed into one. And so my perspective is very unique. And you can ask me an array of questions, from appraisal to real estate to investing to estates, because I have experience in all sides of it. And I'm here to actually share all of my experience and my insights with you so that you can make sure that everything gets handled properly, both when it comes to your property taxes and your homes and anything you end up doing when it comes to real estate. And so that's what makes me the property tax expert. And it's very difficult to find a former assessor who's really willing to talk and explain about what goes on in the black hole of the tax collector or the tax assessor's office. And that's what I'm here to share with you, and how that really affects you. And not just from an arbitrary standpoint, but from just really understanding what that's like. I answer all my emails personally. Feel free to email me or call me. You can find me at propertytaxlady.com.